Well. We do have one of the candidates in the ongoing exercise in Kogi State. He's here. Mr. Ajaka is here himself, of the Social Democratic Party. I wonder, how's your heart? Are you tensed?
Not at all.
Relaxed? But you're watching the results.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's neck to neck, sometimes the APC wins, sometimes you win. You're very calm.
No. INEC disappointed all of us.
Including SDP?
Even where you have won.
INEC disappointed us. Check from the result. Not like the last man was complaining. INEC gave us the impression that everything's going to work perfectly. But it turned out the other way. But I want to believe the team that were sent to the state were the one that compromised. Before the election, before the commencement of the election, the result sheet is already out.
Is it everywhere? Or
everywhere in the whole of the central. The result is already out. And
do you have evidence from your own side?
Of course, we've written to them. We have evidence now. It's just unfortunate that this thing happened this way. If we knew we were going to a jungle, we would have preferred for a jungle arrangement.
And what would that jungle arrangement look like?
All man to himself, of course.
The
federal government, yes, the federal government have done their own path. We must give kudos to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They provide security for everybody. INEC too, the arrangement from the beginning and before the commencement of the election, everything was perfect. But the officials of INEC are the one that compromised. The officials of INEC that went to Kogi State. We didn't know. They gave the result sheet to Yabelu.
How do you know?
Okay. No issue. How do I know now? The results were written before the commencement of the election.
Can you describe to us what exactly really transpired? Because you are a major participant in this exercise. You know what you've seen. Can you paint a picture of what you think happened on the ground?
That is what I'm telling you, Sheon. In the whole of Central, in the whole of the 5 local government in Central, there is no election anywhere. There's no result. The result sheet was given to Ayabelo.
But what were your party agents doing?
What could they do? What could they do?
So in every of the polling units.
Okay, it's not surprising to you, for instance, now. In Okene local government, they turned out 130-something thousand votes. In Okene. And INEC accepted that result. And what is on the beaver is less than 30,000, or so, less than that.
So how are you taking this? Because if you have, I'm not sure how many party agents you have in all of the grounds, of which
we have agents
supposed
everywhere.
to be your eyes, your ears on the ground. How much of information do you have from them? How much of evidence are you
to
gather?
Mr. Sean, you see, the essence of periodic election is to appraise the performance of the leadership in the particular state or the federal level. That's why we have periodic election. And it's to allow the people to determine whether the occupant will continue or not. But in a situation whereby you play everybody in the manner the INEC officials have done to us, they are calling for chaos.
So you feel disappointed?
Heavily disappointed. With all due respect to the person of the INEC chairman, if they don't do checklist and investigate the officials that went to Kogi State, they allow this to stand, I doubt if there will be election in 2027. Because people will go into the election armed. And I fear Somalia will be a child's play. Because we cannot do this kind of huge investment with all assurances that it is going to be open to all. Your performance will determine your result, only for somebody to have a written result.
Your expectation must have been very high going into this election.
Yes.
You thought that you probably would have won this election. What gave you that confidence? And where are the areas you thought that no matter what happened, I was going to trounce these guys in these local
heavily.
areas?
Look, that's what I'm telling you. Go and check the result from my stronghold. We don't even add a single vote. Because we believe on what INEC told us. If we knew that it's the same old music, we would have played along with that old music. By inflating the result from my area.
So what do you make of the statement the commission released?
When they told us this yesterday, the statement of the commission that they are looking into this case, we're hopeful. That's why everybody relaxed. But only for them that they have collected this result. They are about to return the guy. You know, it's annoying.
So it looks like you are going to lose this election from...
It's not an issue of look like losing, Mr. Sheon. You see what is going there. 3 local government is producing 230-something thousand votes. Abba.
But if you have, as you say, you have your evidence, you have your facts, should you worry? Because you should be able to prove it when you get to the next stage.
Mr. Nelta, I've been in this system... Mr. Chamberlain, sorry. I've been around for the past 20 years. I know what it is. What am I going to court to do? When the same INEC that did this is going to come as a witness to defend what they have done. So it's a waste of time.
So if you lose this election, you won't challenge it in court?
To do what? Except the party people. No. Because I'm hugely disappointed. And what INEC is doing, if the INEC chairman allowed this to stand, they are looking for trouble in Nigeria. Because you cannot tell me, you give me the assurances that the election is going to be transparent, allow me to waste my time, spend my money, mobilize my people, only for you to write the result. And you expect my people, even if I'm not sad about it, and I expect my people, my supporters to be happy.
But to look at it, you are a first-timer at this level of election. You've been a party official. You've worked with highly placed party officials in your state and at the national level. This is your first time of stepping onto the stage. You step in with the toga of a political party that doesn't really have as much strength and presence in Kogi State, and you thought that you probably would have used a seemingly unpopular platform to win an election against a ruling party. Politically speaking, do you think this is something that will be accepted as against a run of play?
Mr. Sean, there's what you have to understand. Political party is a platform. Politics revolve around a person. Like I said, I've been around in the state. You can see from the vote they are located there.
Did you think you were ever going to come second? Because there are those who didn't give you a chance, who thought that you may come a distant 5th or 4th in this race.
No, those ones, they're just talking for...
Did you count yourself lucky to even have as much of votes?
I've done my homework. I'm the man on ground. It's just the disappointment is from INEC, and it's very unfortunate. And if the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud, did not investigate his staff, the federal commissioners and other senior staff that went to the state, and they allowed this to pass like this, then it will be unfortunate. I assure you, if they allow this to stand, as is being allowed in all the state now, they are calling for anarchy in this country.
What do you imagine that could happen? Because, I mean, you seem to be speaking in parables.
No, what I'm saying, if you say this contest, the contest have a rule, and midway into the contest, you change the rule. You're calling for anarchy.
But at the point that you saw, or your members also saw that the results were all over the place, you raised an alarm with the commission.
We raised an alarm, but the press statement from INEC yesterday calmed us down. I shouldn't worry that they are going to investigate the whole thing. Only for what to come this morning, to get a text yesterday, that by 10 this morning, the commission will start collection of the result. We'll see how. They say, no, they are still looking into those 5 local government complaints. Even in Lokoja, the returning officers, they brought from the university. In fact, it's unfortunate. INEC have to look inward to see that some of these officials have been put to check, because the commission here might be transparent and credible, but they are men on the field. I'm sorry, they are not.
In Olamaboro, you won with a large margin, with a margin of more than 16,000. In Ofu, you won with a margin of more than 23,000. These are wide margins considering the population of some of these, the people who came out to accredit and vote. Where did you also write result in this area?
Mr. Sheon, the question is, what is the number, what is the total voter register in those local government?
In Olababoro, it's about 105,000 registered voter. The people that came for accreditation are 30,000. The valid vote is 29,000, and you won with 22,000. Out of 29,000, you won with 22,000. That is a very big vote in that local government. So, did you also, just for a moment, did you write result in this area too?
How? Check Okene.
No, is this
excuse me,
Mr. Hold on. I'm the one asking question, Mr. Ajaka. In this area, because you are alleging that results are being written for the places where the APC won, I'm asking, the places that you won, do you think that people thought, people thought that you also wrote results?
How can people thought? If I wrote the result, they turn out to be 90%.
So you won naturally here?
Yeah, of course. Check the turnout. Mr. Sheon, you see, let us not ask funny question here. Check, what is the turnout in that place? You see, they don't pretend as well don't know what is going on. What's the turnout in that place? That Ofu local government, that is my father's place. If we talk of sentiment and emotion, they have more emotion in that place than in Okene, where they are returning 90%.
So you imagine that out of the
in my place of residence, excuse me.
Yeah, you are the one moderated.
No, Mr. Chairman,
you will hold on. We are asking the question.
The question you are putting to me, I trying to justify the result from the Okene.
Just for a moment, and I'm putting it to you. Just for a moment. In Okene, for example, that you're making an example of, and I'd like you to substantiate. There are 151,243 registered voters, and out of that, 141,898 people came for accreditation. APC garnered 138,416, and you got 271 votes. So give us a sense of what you think happened in Okene.
So that means everybody in Okene, 90% turnout in Okene. Even the presidential election, they have 50% turnout. 40% turnout. It's just unfortunate. Just like I said, if INEC did not look into this matter and they are allowed to go this way, they are calling for anarchy.
What do you want them to do?
They should investigate their officials. How did the result sheet get out of a strong room? There is a case before the police now in Lokoja with regard to what happened in Ogori Makoko. Before the election, the result sheet was already in the hand of the commissioner. The case is there.
How did this happen? You are a politician. You guys know the way you do your things. I mean, did they outsmart you? Do you think so?
No. We're banking.
Blindsided.
No, we're banking on INEC credibility. With all honesty, wallahi, I believe 100% in all the arrangement of INEC.
But you saw the complaints people had with the last elections, with the same INEC.
The INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud, have said at every forum that INEC is going to improve on their mistakes of the last election. And I believe him. When they told us the RF, the BVAS, everything is going to be perfect, I 100% ascribe to that.
Would you say you are naive to have?
I think I've been naive and stupid. And next time I'll know what to do.
So you were taught a bitter lesson?
Yes, it's very unfortunate. But in the interest of Nigeria and for the survival of Nigeria, INEC must take internal audit of what has happened in these three states.
So your fellow contender in the race, Dino Melaye of the PDP, is calling for an outright cancellation. Are you calling for same?
Of course.
For the whole elections?
Of course. Because I know I have the people. If we go for a free and fair contest, I'll beat everybody.
Have you spoken to Dino Melaye and Abejide, for example?
Actually, I spoke with Abejide. I've been trying to get Dino on the phone since morning. I've not been able to get him.
So what were you trying to, what would the communication
be? No, I was trying to, of course, to hear from his side what has happened, what did he see on the field in his own place, what is trying to know his opinion with regard to the election. That's what I was calling him.
But with the benefit of hindsight, if you were to turn back the hands of time, do you think that probably all the opposing candidates should have just come together, form a block, and go into this. It won't
It's
work.
not about all the candidates coming together. It's a contest. The INEC should allow everybody equal opportunity. What they did not give us equal opportunity. The INEC, the federal commissioners that went to supervise the election are culpable. The INEC chairman must look into this complaint.
So this means no matter what happens next time, no matter what INEC tells you, you will not believe them?
Of course, no. I assure you that, no.
And you
because the federal government have provided the security. Every place was secured. Everywhere was secured. It's the INEC official that compromised this election.
But don't INEC officials usually have security attached to them?
They have now. Did you hear of any attack of any INEC personnel?
So security.
Everyone was secure.
So security should have seen this too happening.
Security will see if there's a complaint from INEC. There's no single complaint from INEC. You know, if you're under duress, you raise the alarm. There was no complaint from INEC.
Mr. Ajaka, just to wrap this up quickly, is to also, at this moment, you're still thinking and tidying up your next line of action. And you are also of the opinion, just like Dino Malaye, that there should be an outright cancellation. But what would you be telling your supporters and your followers, those who came out for you, who are watching you right now? What kind of information or what kind of words are you sending out to them tonight?
Yeah, what I'm telling my supporters is they should not give up. INEC have disappointed us. They have come out to exercise their right, but unfortunately, the INEC officials compromised. We have done our best. Everybody knows that this election was for us to win. But unfortunately, Ayabelo and his group manufactured, the Ayabelo in collaboration with INEC, manufactured over 180,000 votes from 3 local governments. Namely, from 4 local governments, Ajakuta, Okene, Ogorima, Adavi, and Okehi. You can ask the senator from Okehi, Natasha, that's our local government.
But if your supporters are really angry, isn't this to say that the state will be somewhat ungovernable?
No. You see, I'm not a violent person. I've told them. Don't worry. We'll learn from what INEC have taught us. We'll know what to do next time. Because what INEC has done, I put it again, the credibility of the INEC chairman is at stake. It's whatever he does now will determine the kind of respect Nigeria is going to give him. Because it's obvious. This man that is sent to the field have compromised. And if you don't do anything to bring them to justice, to bring them to book, then it will be unfortunate.
And what you're asking for now is cancellation. Just like
yes,
the
law is very clear. Where there is overvoting, you cancel it. That's what the law says.
All right,
and the returning officer has the power to do so. But the professor now, the people that brought from the university, they came for business.
Mr. Ajaka, as we wrap this up right now, you say you are disappointed.
I'm heavily disappointed.
But if this does not go your way this time around, would this be your last
it's too early.
Try?
It's too early for me to answer you this kind of question. It is God that owns tomorrow. We leave tomorrow to God to decide.
Mr. Murtala Ajaka, SDP governorship candidate, we still keep our fingers crossed and see how these all pans out. And perhaps your communication with INEC and security agencies, we see how that also pans out at the end of the day. But sincere thanks for talking to us tonight on Channels Television about your reactions to the exercise. And I wish you the very best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.